I just talked to this seller of mine, and they're in Florida. You ask, why are they in Florida? Well, we saw the house with them here in Glenlock Farms. They were actually planning to not leave Glenlock Farms and Spring, Texas area before spring or summer 2025. And then we had a conversation. Turns out that the house was perfectly fine for selling. They said, no, we need a whole do-over, the walls and the floors and the kitchen and the bathroom. Don't you think it is so 2000 or so 1990? And I said, well, it smells a little bit like 1990, not smelling, I mean smelling like the whole flavor of the house. But this is what we sell a whole lot, even in the luxury section. We have houses here in Glenlock Farms. The majority is 350 to 1.5 million probably. And we have a very few over that, but a lot of them are a little bit outdated, and our buyers have literally zero issue with that. The houses sell with no issues. We have some areas, let's say like the Heights, people buy only very outdated to then flip it or tear it down and build something completely new. So that is a different area. But here in Glenlock Farms, 99 and 249, super centrally located. People love when the houses are updated last time in the 2000s. If people already did work, there is a prime charge for that. But for these sellers, it did not make sense to put 100K into the property and a whole year and living in the dust and debris of a renovation, basically the whole house, compared to selling for 100K more. I mean, why would you put yourself into that? So in this little pocket, that's why you want to have a local real estate agent. In this little pocket, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense. I sold last year a house in Taylor Point in Aldenbridge in the north of the Woodlands, and that is a similar neighborhood where it is turning over. The houses are 20, 25 years old, and in Taylor Point, especially those fancier custom-built homes, often they get a total redo. People rip out everything and then replace it, and everything looks modern and sleek. I personally recently sold there a house, and I personally felt it would have been a shame if someone would have done that to the house. It has beautiful crown molding, beautiful wainscoting on the walls, double high ceilings, all wood library. So it was a beautiful house, beautiful curb appeal, and it had the red brick, just a wonderful house in a cul-de-sac. It would have been a shame to rip it out. But they also asked me, should we put in 100K to get more later at the sales price? And maybe they would have gotten 100K more, but sometimes it's also just destroying the charm of the house, I believe. Other houses are just old and ugly, and they do need a redo and a makeover. So I'm a big fan of that, and I flip ugly houses, as you know. But for a lot of houses here in Glenlock Farms, that is not the case. So long story short, I looked at the house was ready to go. I told them, why would you want to put your child here in kindergarten and then you move to Florida, and then in Florida you switch the child again from kindergarten to first class, to the first grade? Why would you not right now move to Florida and have the child there in kindergarten, and all the friends are staying with her through the elementary school years? And it totally blew their mind, but both of them were super kind people and very flexible. And they were like, let us discuss about it. And they discussed 5 minutes about it. And then they were like, let's look into this, how this would look like. Long story short, we sold the house, was a great sale. And I just wish them Merry Christmas and thank you for all the successes of this year that they were part of. They were very easy to talk with. And yeah, it was a great sale. And now they're already sitting in Florida and literally are taking it all in, the beaches and all the fun stuff that you can do in Florida. So what we do see is that 2024 overall was a very slow year. Many agents say it was the slowest year for them in 20 years. We had the lowest historic sales. We have the highest amount of real estate agents out there. We have so many changes this year and also beginning of next year that will probably weed out a good portion of agents that are not performing and not producing, because we need to constantly stay on top of the education to help our clients and to stay on top of all the changes, etc. And we recently had some classes with our brokers where mistakes were made by other agents, not by ours, thanks God. That would be very expensive for the seller and very expensive for the brokerage. Everybody can get sued if things go wrong. So we are always super top educated, not only to keep ourselves safe and do the right thing at all times, but especially to put the most money into our clients' pockets, despite what is going on out there, how many form changes we have, etc. So super, super important to work with an agent that is on top of everything and that gets pleasure and enjoyment out of real estate and doing this and helping our peeps. If you have any questions, if you also want to live in Florida, or if you want to stay here and have a house that needs to be sold same time and you prefer not to be homeless in the meantime, give me a call back. I would love to help you. I would be honored to help you into your next place. And I do this all the time, and out of 100+ transactions so far, thanks God, never ever someone ended up homeless. So I'm very good at making the transition. You ask how? Well, let's have a chat about this, how this works, okay? My name is Julia Jordan, your favorite real estate agent, 832-444-4923. Give me a call.